Okay, so this is the second photographic process we learned about. It's called a cyanotype. And a cyanotype, when it's all done, looks like this. It's named a cyanotype for its cyan color. It's blue color that you get from it. And the other thing is students learned about what a negative does in photography. So ideally, this lesson would be done after the anthotype lesson. And hopefully students would be able to understand the connection between the two. With the cyanotype, you're using a clear plastic film to make a negative to block out light, and with an anthotype, you're actually using real paper or whatever your material is to mask off different parts of the picture. So how we created this was we started with a sketch. So this is Angelina's sketch that she did. We did a sketch first just because once you start drawing on the film for the clear transparency, you can't erase it because we're using a permanent marker. So after Angelina did her sketch, she covered it with the clear plastic film. This is the same kind of film that a negative is made out of. And basically what we're going to do is we're going to trace her picture so that the lines will block out the light once we put it on top of the light-sensitive paper. So after that, the students took a permanent marker, like this one, and they traced over their lines. Now, Angelina finished early with her sketch, so I did let her color it in, but I told her when she needed to trace that she needed just to trace the outline of everything that she thought was important. So you can see the Sharpie goes over it. I did tell the students a couple of times that they might need to go over their line several times because the darker it is, the better the result you'll get. You can see here that it is a little bit gray and you can see some of the white paper through it. So I would check the students' work to make sure that it was nice and dark. So Angelina did that and hers looks like this when it's all done. There's a piece of white paper behind it so you can see it. This is what hers looked like when it was all done. She did a pretty nice job. She even added a little bit to her sketch, but that's okay. Then after that, we went outside and we used the cyanotype paper. Cyanotype paper is not hard to find. You can also use a two-part mixture to make your own cyanotype paper. However, I thought that would be too difficult for third grade, so we used a pre-mixed paper. The paper itself comes in a light-sensitive envelope like this. This is another good time to talk to students about what light sensitivity is. If I were to leave this out in the open for a long period of time, it would ruin the paper. So we use the light-sensitive envelope to keep it. When you take it out, it looks blue, but a lighter color blue, kind of like this. And so basically the next step was we went outside and with a partner, students put their negative on top of their light sensitive paper and then they timed it for 5 minutes. Now if I were to do this with the light in my room, it would also work, but it would take a longer period of time. I actually had to do that with one class because it was raining that day that they were supposed to do them, so we stayed inside and we did it for about 10 minutes as opposed to 5 minutes. Afterwards, you get kind of a ghostly image, kind of like this. You do have to take it in and dip it in cold water so that it doesn't fade anymore. Basically what that does is it's kind of acting like a stop bath in traditional photography, and it stops the development of the paper. The students were a little bit surprised that the lines that were black are now white, and I explained to them that the opposite is going to happen on photographic paper. When you look at a real negative, it's the same way. Whatever is light is actually dark, and whatever's dark is actually light. So it's a little bit backwards. So, and that is the final result. And that's how you make a cyanotype.